Hello. This is actually the first time that I'm editing. Not actually editing, but I made a 5 minute video just before, in which I realized I was terribly unorganized. This light, that light was on, and it was very distracting. So ultimately, I'm just starting over. Um, Starting off, I will give you a life update as I've been kind of gone, as you can see. So 2 weeks ago, I was dealing with the week of Allison passing, so that was just kind of I was allowing myself time to kind of just soak up those feelings and reflect, and think about her. Mm. And I shared the playlist, so I felt like that week was fine. And the week after, I actually have been in Iceland now for 7 years since November like 13th, I think. And so we had our language test for citizenship last week, and it was on a Thursday. So I spent all week just very anxious and studying for cram studying and really panicking just to take a test that was actually quite easy. I'm not going to say I did flawlessly. I have been thinking endlessly since the test of all the mistakes I've made, but I know that they're not looking for grammar. They're looking for that you can just they give you a picture and you create sentences and stuff like that. I do feel very strange as a 33-year-old man that I said to a grown woman, "Oh, the kitty's sitting next to the man," versus the cat. So that has been playing in my mind, and I know that I've made other mistakes that are probably pretty stupid. But I spend most of my Icelandic that I use is around Mousy, who we had this last weekend. So it's very kid-like Icelandic. So I wasn't even thinking. It's just Kisa is the word I use kind of instinctively. So yeah, we had Mousy this weekend, and so it was just hanging out with the baby, and we played a lot of video games. I just bought Lego City Undercover for him, but it has ended up being something that to distract me from my own head, which has been great. It's a very in-depth game. It's basically like a wholesome Grand Theft Auto. If you play video games, I highly recommend it. It's highly entertaining. I haven't updated much. I've given you now reasons for the last 2 weeks. I'm forcing myself today to do this. I really don't want. I'm in a weird place mentally. I'm in a pretty. It feels pretty low, but I don't feel pessimistic. So I know that everything passes. I'm fine with treading water. I'm okay with where I'm at, but it's very trying at the same time. So I'm looking for jobs. I'm applying. I only now got a response email that my application was received from a job I applied for in September, October. So, and then they have 2 weeks to review it, and who knows how many actual applications. I know places are getting like 200 to 300 at some points. So I'm trying not to beat myself up over it, but I am in this very weird place where I don't feel like I can relax. I'm constantly pressuring myself to do more and do more and do more, and but also trying to tell myself to relax and be satisfied. And so it's just this really weird place. Do I stress out over jobs, or do I realize that the way that my CV is set up, I was kind of aiming towards going into tourism more, and now I'm not. Now I'm applying for like Lake Schola, which is like a kindergarten, or daycare. So my CV doesn't reflect the jobs that I want, um, and the jobs that I want don't exist, or I mentally can't wrap my brain around working in this situation. Um, yeah, it's pretty much a fucking struggle. Uh, I'm struggling with motivation. Just even routine seems very heavy and exhausting at the moment. Just doing laundry and things like that, and I know that it's just because there's nothing going on. Um, And I know that everyone in the world is kind of in this place, so I don't know why I feel like I am exempt, but I'm very constantly pulling everything apart. And that's also kind of why I've halted this project a little bit, is because I'm so busy taking out pieces to examine them for what they are that I'm starting to feel like a shell. And all of my pieces are just out on the floor jumbled. And I honestly, at this point, don't know. Um, I don't feel like myself, and I don't feel like who I truly am, and I don't know who that is right now. And I don't, because all of the things that give you these confirmations of the things you are and the things you like and all of that, that's just out the window right now. I'm not interacting with people, so I'm not um, feeling that joy of that. I'm not doing my normal routine, so I feel pretty useless. I'm not working out, so my body feels blah. And it's like I know I have all the pieces to fix the situation. It's just I don't have the motivation to fix it. And so that's where I'm just like I'm treading water right now, and I don't know how to fix that. I'm trying to like relax, not control everything, but also I just yeah, I know that I have all the pieces, and I know that I have to just do the work, and it's just finding the motivation to do so. But I mean, how do you find motivation? And then I make these videos, and I'm in this huge like because I'm breaking everything down so much. I'm just like, why do humans um, need validation? Like, why do we as humans need validation? And I was watching this Taylor Swift thing, and she was saying about how like as you grow as an adult, in all of school and stuff, you get these reward systems, and then you become an adult and you don't get those gold stars as often. And I realized that like that's something that I kind of thrive on is gold stars. Uh, and so no one's giving me that, so I have to push myself. But what's the point when the world is melting? Um, so yeah, it's a very strange mental place. The reason I'm sharing it with you, and the reason that it is so jumbled, and this is even more organized than the previous video, is because I think a lot of people are going through the same thing. I'm sharing it so that the experience doesn't feel so lonely to myself. When I hear everyone talk about the pandemic and the isolation and this and that, it's all very, I can relate to it. So I know that by sharing this, people are going to say, oh, yeah, I'm totally there too. Don't worry. And then is this video then seeking the validation that I'm talking about that I don't want to have to seek? Tricky, tricky, tricky stuff. I'm trying to figure out who you are, but I think I'm just overthinking it. I mean, I think that's all I ever do, and that's part of the problem. Anyway, this video, I'm going to stop it because there's just no point in me rambling for 10 minutes. No one's going to watch that. But this video is to get the process moving again, to talk more, to begin the wheels, to grease them up, to be able to turn, to try to create, to work through this, to not give up, to feel motivation. Because if I didn't make it now, then I would just keep pushing off making this, and then this would just fall to the wayside. And this is something that I wanted to work on for myself, and if I'm not doing anything else, it's the least I can do. So, you survived 10 minutes of me rambling. I will update again soon. I do have a playlist made. I do plan on updating more as I try to crawl or claw my way out of this hole that I'm in. Bear with me. And yeah, I hope that you're all doing better than I am. I hope that if you are feeling as bad as I am, you can relate to this and see that we can get through this together. And yeah, just stay strong and do something nice for yourself. Do something you like. And don't question it, just do it. I'm going to go play some video games, and look at some jobs, and do my routine. And